Thank you very much.
I thank Mr. Hines. I now give the floor to Ms.Doreen Bogdan-Martin, Secretary General of the International Telecommunications Union.
Thank you, Mr. President, Secretary General, Deputy Secretary General, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's an honor to be here to help set the scene for this dialogue on implementing the Pact of the Future, and in particular on the means that we need to get the job done. It's been 6 months since its adoption, and the world is looking to us to deliver, to bring hope and to bring opportunity as outlined in the Pact. This conversation comes at a critical moment. Innovative approaches to funding, financing, and partnerships for development are essential at a time when 1/3 of humanity, 2.6 billion people, remain offline and left out of the brighter future for all envisaged by the Pact. With over 70% of SDG targets able to accelerate, with over 70% of SDG targets that can be accelerated by investing in digital technology, we must close that digital gap. And as you, Mr. President, have just noted, widening digital divides actually advance inequalities. Universal connectivity and sustainable digital transformation, which are also ITU's strategic goals, are key to realizing the promises of the Pact and its global digital compact. They are investments in our present and in our future for prosperity, for people, for planet, and for peace. But what does implementation look like in practice? In the farming community of Villanueva, Honduras, it looks like 10-year-old Samantha experiencing online learning for the first time. Samantha's school is part of the GIGA initiative, born of a partnership between ITU and UNICEF, which aims to connect every school on Earth to the internet by 2030. GIGA's work in Honduras actually provides a useful case study on how local and international cooperation can mobilize resources with local businesses, leveraging school connectivity to expand their digital markets. This model fosters sustainability, shared prosperity, and long-term commitment, all crucial for the Pact implementation. Every school brought online boosts quality education, decent work, and economic growth. Implementation also looks like Asman, a driver for a digital ride-hailing service getting more work despite living in one of Indonesia's most remote islands. Asman is one of 45 million people in rural Indonesia, connected through a public-private partnership for satellite broadband, the kind that's connected through the Digital Infrastructure Investment Initiative together with development finance institutions, as well as our Partner to Connect Digital Coalition that has mobilized over $70 billion towards meaningful connectivity and sustainable digital transformation. And implementation also means equipping people with digital skills, the digital skills that they need to thrive, like Aniri. She's a single mother learning digital skills at a STEM training center in South Sudan. Skills that are helping her to discover new income opportunities, benefit from digital healthcare and education services, and introduce her children to a world of opportunity for their future. Our AI Skills Coalition brings partners together to support people like Aniri to upskill, to reskill at a time when 40% of global employment is changing due to artificial intelligence. The Pact for the Future and its Global Digital Compact provide a boost to the SDGs and can help scale such stories, transforming the lives of millions of people like Samantha, Asman, and Aniri. But significant challenges persist. Economic trends, infrastructure investment, skills and policy gaps, and sustainability challenges threaten the momentum. That's why PACT implementation cannot remain aspirational. We must focus on delivering tangible results at scale and to achieve this fast. Technical standards are key to making sure that technology is accessible and affordable to all, and policy objectives can be met in an agile, swift, and flexible manner, keeping up with private sector innovation. We also need to make sure that we leverage our work in different areas to give life to the promises of the Pact. And 2025 offers unique opportunities to redouble our efforts in this regard. The upcoming 4th International Conference on Financing for Development brings the opportunity to include a focus on digital infrastructure investment. The 2nd World Summit for Social Development can leverage the potential of digital and emerging technologies across the 3 pillars of social development, including through a focus on digital capacity development. And through the 20-year review of the World Summit on the Information Society, there is an opportunity to strengthen the multi-stakeholder implementation framework that ensures that digital will drive development with a people-centered, human-centric approach. We hope to see you at the WSIS Plus 20 high-level event in Geneva in July that runs back-to-back with our AI for Good Summit. All of the initiatives and the platforms I have just mentioned bring key stakeholders together to deliver on the promises of the Pact by boosting infrastructure, skills, knowledge base, as well as policy development. Another key example is the joint SDG fund led by the UN Deputy Secretary General, which brings the UN family together around transformational transitions. 2025 also marks both the 160th anniversary of my organization and, of course, the 80th anniversary of the United Nations. It provides a moment for us to reflect on where we are, where we want to go, and how we can get there together. Let us use such milestones to work together and to maintain the momentum to ensure success stories like Samantha, Asman, and Aniri, that those stories actually become the norm for billions rather than the exception. Excellencies, the ITU stands firmly committed to supporting member states as you translate the Pact's vision into reality, including by co-leading, as the Secretary General just described, as part of his steering committee, the working group on digital technologies together with the Office for Digital and Emerging Technologies. With our sister agencies in the UN group on the Information Society, we have mapped our digital work streams directly to the SDGs, to the WSIS action lines, and to the Global Digital Compact to turn commitments into coordinated action. By strengthening political will, advancing innovative partnerships and investments in areas such as digital infrastructure, skills, and policy development, we can turn digital divides into opportunities, transforming the Pact of the Future and its Global Digital Compact from ambition into achievement. Thank you very much.
I thank Ms. Bogdan-Martin.